With me, look over to the book of Hebrews chapter 9. Hebrews chapter 9, if you'd find that. And if you have a phone, if you'd turn that off or to vibrate or something, that would be great. We don't have long in church, and we don't need any distractions. And if you're going to need to slip out for any reason, we don't mind that. But if you wouldn't mind getting a seat in the back rather than walking in and out and distracting twice, that would be a help to us. Hebrews chapter 9, and this is really the second half of the sermon. First hour. If you want the whole thing, you have to go online to the internet or order a copy of it or something. But this morning I'm talking about guilt and our conscience and the things that plague us inside. And you find Hebrews chapter 9. We'll read a couple of verses and I'll explain where we are. Let's stand together for a moment as we look at the scriptures. Hebrews chapter 9, look at verse 11. But Christ being come and high priest of good things to come by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building, neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us. For if the blood of bulls and goats and the ashes of an heifer sprinkling the unclean sanctifieth to the purifying of the flesh, how much more shall the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without spot to God, purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God. And let's pray. Father, help us today. Thank you so much that we've got a God in heaven to turn to. We get messed up in this world. Our own thinking messes us up, and then the world around us messes us up. And so help us. Get our thoughts straightened out a little bit more today. We ask for your presence here, and that you teach us and help us. And may this time not only please you, but allow us to be more profitable servants for you. In Jesus' name, amen. You can be seated. Keep your Bible open there to Hebrews 9. I've got a lot of ground to cover this morning. And by the way, Ben Morris, I saw walk in with a fiance. Raise your hand up there, Ben. And his pretty fiance there. That shows there is a God in heaven. Ben got a beautiful lady to say yes when he said, "Would you?" And first service, Adam and his fiancee Connie were here, and we love you young people. Quite a few of our college students are home just for a couple of days and then heading back to school, and that's a good thing. Now, in Hebrews chapter 9, if you'll hold that, and we're going to look at several verses. I'm going to give you the history a little bit more of a Wednesday Bible study than a Sunday morning. But let me tell you why we're here this morning first. I don't know how many times I have talked to an adult who reflected on their childhood, or a child who talked to me about sitting in a situation where mom and dad are arguing and fighting, and the kid's sitting over here feeling like they're to blame. That's one of the craziest things in the world. But maybe in bed or in the other room, some child, and I'm talking 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old child, alone or with siblings, in the other room, mom and dad, maybe behind closed doors, mom and dad are yelling. And you just have no clue what's going on. You know, your carnal spirit, mom and dad, invites a spirit of satanic evil into that home. And over here, while he leaves you to fight, he walks in the back room, kicks some kid and says, "You know, it's your fault this is going on." And you might say, "No, there's no way any kid feels that way." I can't even begin to tell you how close I've been. It wouldn't be proper to tell you how close I've been to people who sat as little children crying, thinking, "What did I do to make mom and dad so mad?" Guilt is a terrible thing. A conscience that is defiled is a horrible thing. And in life, I know of, we've been here 30 years. I've had a lot of contact with people, and I certainly don't know as much as many men do, but I can tell you firsthand experience. Ladies who were abused and beat up by husbands who look me straight in the eye and take the blame for the whole thing. And I think, you let me and some men get in behind the church, we'll fix this thing up. I'm baffled. Girls that are molested, children that are molested and taken advantage of by wicked adults, and the kid sits over there thinking it's their fault. Kids will go through years, into their adult life, just completely overwhelmed in their heart and conscience thinking that somehow this was their fault, that this great wrong was done to them. And I'm not sure who all's here this morning, but I could tell you this morning, it isn't your fault. Just not your fault. I can go a little further, and the stories could go on and on. We would never get to the Bible, but I want you to understand why we're here this morning. I don't know how many times I've sat with parents, and here some kid off in the world, drugs, crime, whatever wrong, and here's a mom and dad beating themselves up because their kid's done wrong and out in the world. Now, I'm not glad the kid's done wrong. But let me tell you something, parents. That kid made their own choice. They made their own decision. I've sat with wives weeping over the fact that somehow they were to blame for their husband who's a drug addict. Let me tell you something. It isn't your fault he's a drug addict. You didn't put a needle in his arm, and you didn't force him to take those pills, and he chose that life. That child of yours or that child of mine, if they choose to leave the path of right and go off into the world, I'm not glad they're there, and and of course I'd want them back. But let me explain something. They made their choice. And as a parent or as a spouse, you can't sit and punish yourself over here thinking, if I'd only been a better parent. Let me explain something. There's nobody in here who's been a better parent. If our kids turned out right because we were just right parents, none of our kids would turn out right. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't work on parenting skills. I'm not saying we shouldn't look at the Word of God. I'm not saying we shouldn't throw out the idiots in the world who are giving you crazy ideas and go back to our Bible. This is a book on child rearing and marriage and home and church and family. This book would straighten out Washington, D.C. if they'd open it up again. That's the answer book right in front of us here. But let me assure you, as I got a teenager at home, and I've got grandkids just 2 miles away or a mile and a half away from where we live. I want to be a better parent. I want to be a better husband. But you know what? If my wife chooses to go off and be crazy, she's going to go on her own. She's not taking my heart with her. And I don't mean I don't love her, but I'm not going to sit feeling guilty that somehow if I had just gotten her that Hummer. And I know a lot of really happy ladies who sit at the bus stop, they don't even have a car. I know ladies in our church who live with drug addict husbands who've taken everything they've had, and the lady just keeps getting up, doing right. Look, let's just get off all the blame. And I mean blaming others and blaming yourself. And this morning I want to take some time to talk about this matter of our conscience and of guilt. And what do you do with this thing? And how do we handle this horrible thing that just weighs us down? Because the fact is, there's a lot of people who ought to be busy doing something useful with their life that are curled up in a corner in guilt and despair, and they're getting nothing done. And for one thing, they're destroying themselves. For another, they're destroying all of the good things they could do. Look at Hebrews chapter 9 with me. Let's go back and put this in context a little bit. In verse 11, we started out there, but Christ, being common high priest of good things to come, by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building, neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us. I love that last phrase, eternal redemption. He didn't give you a sort of salvation. He gave you eternal redemption. He bought you forever to redeem. He paid your debt, and redeemed you to himself eternally. You can't lose what you don't have, and he redeemed you forever. Let me go back to the Old Testament. Back in the Old Testament days, there's a tabernacle, this big tent-like thing, not covered, but the outside walls of a tent, big thing. But in the middle, and we don't have time to go into details here, but in the middle was the tabernacle itself, the area where they did their worship and offered sacrifices. And out here there'd be an altar where the animals were killed, doves and turtle doves and goats and sheep and all kinds of things. There's a red heifer special offering. You read about it in Leviticus, and most of you slept through Leviticus. But anyway, and the sacrifices, they go in, and in this room, this outer room here, there was a table of showbread, and there's some candles and an altar of incense, and there was a laver to wash at, and the priests would come and go. This is where all the sacrifice and the activities of the priests would be. Then there's a curtain, and back in here, there was the Ark of the Covenant. two cherubim reaching over the top of the Ark of the Covenant, and there below was the mercy seat. And often throughout the year, daily, there'd be sacrifices coming, and many, many priests offering sacrifices. In fact, there were several times you read in the Bible where so many people were bringing offerings that the priests had to go outside. They had to bring in overtime help. You know, they had to call Apple One employment or whatever, and they had to get extra priests to come in. And then all this going on, lots and lots, hundreds and sometimes thousands of animals being offered. It was a very busy place. And all this going on, the laver symbolizing the cleansing of the hams and the cleansing that had to happen before they could appear before God, and all this, the table of incense, the picture of the prayers of the saints, all these things, candles that could never go out, the light of the world that should always and eternally shine. All this going on here, it's all symbolic. But it all go on. Then once a year, the high priest would come in and everything would stop. Now this is again where you're in the middle of the first hour sermon, so I apologize if you like more of this. Get the CD. Go online here. But anyway, the high priest would come in and everything stopped, just stopped. And he alone took the sacrifice and went through all the ceremonial rituals here and went in behind this curtain, big several-inch thick curtain, and came in to the ark, to the mercy seat, and sprinkled the blood there. And that was once a year. He was allowed, and during that time, nothing else could go on, because that was symbolic of the fact that when Jesus went to the cross and brought his own blood to the mercy seat, shed his blood on the cross, took his own blood up to heaven to the real mercy seat, not made with hands, sprinkled his blood on that, sprinkled his own blood on it. There's no good works. Your church won't help, and my being not beating my wife won't help, and you not drinking booze won't help. Everything stopped. All the work stopped. Every year, once a year, that high priest went in there. Now, the point of the whole story is this. There had to be something better than a turtle dove or a lamb or a sheep. That was all a picture of what was really going to happen at Calvary. Look at the verse there in verse 11. But Christ being come an high priest of good things to come by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building, neither by the blood of goats and of calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us. Stop for just a second. The normal priest would make a sacrifice, come and go, and they'd have to, every day they'd be offering sacrifice. Every day, offering sacrifice. Every day. And yeah, you're forgiven, but you got to do it some more one time. But once a year, the high priest would come in, offer the blood, but next year he'd have to do it again. When Jesus went into the Holy of Holies, he said, it's done. It's done. Done deal. Never again. No one ever has to go in there. In fact, that's where the story, if you read in the Gospels, when he died on the cross, the veil of the temple was torn from the top to bottom, like God just ripped that veil and said, the way into the holiest is available now. Anybody can go because my son paid the sin debt, and anyone is welcome. See, no one can get into the presence of God because of our sin. But what Jesus did is he paid our sin debt and made us clean. So you can pray. Look, I'll pray for you, but you know what? Talk to him yourself. Why don't you talk to God? Well, I don't know what to say. Well, get to know him a little bit. He's wonderful. But anyway, down to the text. Let's look at where we are now. In verse 13, all that just kind of puts this thing in context. For if the blood of bulls and of goats and the ashes of a heifer sprinkling the unclean sanctifieth to the purifying of the flesh, just an outward fleshly thing. Verse 14, how much more shall the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without spot to God, purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God. How much more shall the blood of Christ purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God? I want to talk this morning about our conscience and our guilt. The Bible says much about our conscience. If you want to just scribble a reference down, over in 1 Timothy, it says the end of the commandment is charity, out of a pure heart and of a good conscience and of faith unfeigned. Again in Timothy, he says, holding faith and a good conscience, by which some, having swerved, have made shipwreck. You don't keep your conscience right and your faith right, you're going to end up shipwrecked. 1 Timothy 3:9 says, holding the mystery of the faith in a pure conscience. That's what a deacon should do, the requirements for a deacon. 2 Timothy 1:3 says, I thank God whom I serve for my forefathers with a pure conscience. Now, this matter of the conscience, this is huge. Your heart being clean and being pure is bigger than you can imagine. Hold your place here in Hebrews. Go back to Titus chapter 1. Just go back about 4 or 5 pages. You'll find the book of Titus. Titus chapter 1, and I want you to look down at verse 15. Titus 1 and verse 15. This matter of our conscience, of our guilt, to me, one of the greatest things that happened to me when I got saved is the word clean. I mean, literally clean. To be able to look back and not live my life with regrets, to not be plagued by guilt and shame and embarrassment. And I didn't get saved till I was in college. I didn't go through high school and junior high, Mr. Clean. You know, some of you young people who grew up in church and you've grown up clean, you've got no clue what a blessing it is to be clean. But the fact is, we've all got selfishness, we've all got wrong attitudes, and we've all got wrong actions. But the fact that in a city park, 10 o'clock at night, I trusted Christ, and literally my conscience was cleansed. How did that happen? Look there at Titus chapter 1, verse 15. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and their conscience is defiled. Now we got a lot of ground to cover here quickly, but let me explain just this one verse. Unto the pure, all things are pure. Now let's just get this clear to begin with. Nobody in this room is going to wave their hand saying, I'm pure. I've never messed up. So when he's talking about the pure, there's something else. Right here is where I stand today. In August of 1975, a guy stood in a city park and explained to me that I was a sinner in need of salvation. I knew I was a sinner, and God had dealt with me in such a way that I was so convicted of my sin. I was fearful of my sin. I knew that my sin was a wicked, terrible thing. I'd never had a ticket, never had an accident. I'd never gotten in trouble with the law, never got in trouble in school. My parents would have told you I was the perfect kid, but I knew in my heart I wasn't. But that night, 10 o'clock at night, as he explained the scriptures to me, how to be saved, I look back to Calvary, where the Son of God had a mask or a bag put over his head, and his face was pounded, and they laughed at him and made fun of him, and then they hung him by his hands, feet just off the ground. They took a cat of nine tails, an executioner, big long strips of leather with glass and metal in it, and they take that whip and they beat that naked body, and the lashes of leather would whip around the body and stick into the flesh, and right when it got around the other side, he would jerk that back, and it would just pull on that flesh and just draw the pieces of glass or pottery or metal and just drag through his flesh. And they do it again and again, 39 times. It was against the law to do it 40. 39 times Jesus was whipped with that cat of nine tails. History says that there are times that tore so much meat off a person's body that it would sever their backbone, and the bottom half of their body would just drop to the ground, and they'd die right there. They'd never get any further than the lashes. He was whipped beyond description. He was let down. All kinds of horrible things happened. They drag him up to Calvary. They nail his hands and his feet to a cross, pick that cross up, and hang him there between heaven and earth. And you look at that tragic story, his face beaten, his beard pulled out, crown of thorns, his body riddled and shredded before our eyes. And that night in a city park, I was so convicted of my sin and so sure of his holiness. I knew he was innocent and I was guilty. And the Bible says that whosoever would call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. The Bible says the gift of God is eternal life. And that night I bowed my head and trusted Christ and asked him to save me. That night I was made pure. my conscience was cleansed. Gone, 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 gone. Yes, my sins are gone. Now my soul is free and my heart's a song. The Bible says over and over and over about our sins being washed away. Isaiah 1:18 says, come, let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as wool. Look, God wants to take your sins away and wash them away and cleanse us of our sins. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians, he hath made him on that cross to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. And so what Christ did on that cross was he took all my sins, and God put all my sin on him, and God punished him, and that whipping was mine, and that scourging was mine, and that crown of thorns was mine. And then God took all of the righteousness of the precious Son of God, and he put it on me. Purity. So he says there in Titus chapter 1, verse 15, unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled, now watch, unto them that are defiled and unbelieving, there's another group, those who don't believe what I just told about. Let me explain something. The people here are no worse sinners than the people there. The people who are unbelieving have not sinned any more than I've sinned. I'm not any better than the person who's unbelieving. The difference is their faith. See, unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving, nothing's pure. Over in the book of Proverbs, the Bible says the plowing of the wicked is sin. Wicked man goes to work, it's a wrong thing. There's nothing an unsaved man can do that pleases God. The Bible says all of our righteousnesses are as filthy rags. There's nothing that we can do that makes us right with God. There's nothing that you or I could do that could please God, except one thing. We could look to the cross of Calvary and say, I'll take Jesus as my Savior. Then God says, wow, am I ever pleased with you? Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are unbelieving and to them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and their conscience is defiled. You know what? There are people, first of all, the first thing we've got to do, we've got to get our conscience cleansed by the blood of the Lamb. Forgiven. Forgiven. But, do you know, I'm going to put this group aside for a minute. Let's just talk about us. Most of you, I would say, I don't know, it was only between you and God, but let's assume many of you, if not most of you, are saved. You're here. You could look back to a time in life like I can when you accepted Christ as Savior. You know what we do that's real wrong? A lot of us will go over to Calvary's cross and we'll grab a chunk of our past and we'll come back and we'll flog ourselves with it. You hear stories, these third world countries, where they'll nail somebody to a cross or tie their hands to a cross in a mock crucifixion. Or where people, in the dark ages, they do it, paying penance, somehow trying to please God. And people will walk down the streets with whips, whipping themselves till their backs are shredded and blood pouring down their back. Somehow trying to please God. Somehow trying to make an atonement for their sin. And God looks down and says, I already did that once. You got no business doing this to yourself. I've seen them in the Philippines and I've seen them in Mexico. These poor people lied to by a church trying to convince them that if you could punish yourself enough, somehow you could make up for your sin. Could I tell you, God already did that. And he punished him enough. It does not please God that you punish yourself for your sin. You might today say, well, preacher, I've never whipped myself. No, but you've sat in a corner reliving your wrong. You've sat in the recesses of your own heart. It could have been on the job or on the freeway or at home with the TV on. And your mind went back to those times and those situations and those wrongs that you did. And you relived those things and you let the devil... The Bible tells us in the book of Revelation that he is the accuser of the brethren. And you let the accuser sit down next to you in that recliner or scoot up next to you in that carpool seat or the driver's seat of your car, and you let that old devil remind you of your past, and you and he together began to mentally and emotionally flog yourself for the wrong you've done. Let me tell you something. He already paid for those sins. Those things are taken care of. It's a shame, a horrible shame, that we would spit on the blood of Christ, by acting like we need to punish ourselves. Your sins are gone. It's an insult to God that we would sit around, and I don't mean you shouldn't be remorseful over your wrong. I think we should, and we'll get to it in a minute, you should deal with your sin. I'll tell you how in a moment or two. But look, for you to go back a week, a month, a year, a decade, multiple decades, and living in your past, that is no less criminal than that poor Filipino man with a whip, whipping himself somehow, trying to please God. Could I take that one step further? It's no different than me trying to punish you for your past. Because you hurt me. And I'm going to make sure that I remind you, and I remind you, and I remind you of the wrong you've done. Because you hurt me. You know, married couples, we do this. Well, husband and wife will sit here. And we'll remind, could I tell you, sir, ma'am, who holds the flog? Who mentally or emotionally or verbally you're flogging your spouse, trying somehow to make up for how they hurt you. God already did that. We have no concept of the depth of punishment, what Jesus took on that cross. Look there, if you would, at verse 14. I'm sorry, verse 15. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and their conscience is defiled. See, if you're not saved, you're over here and you're unbelieving in what Christ did for you. You can't be clean without the blood of Christ. What happened to me in August of 1975, I saw and I understood, and in my heart I believed that Jesus died for me and my sins were cleansed and gone. And since that day, as a senior in high school, I have stepped over the line into wrong many times. But let me tell you something. I keep going back to the cross, and I keep confessing my sin. And I'll talk about that in a moment. But I stay clean. But you know what? A lot of you think, you know what? I'm saved. And then I did this. And then I did that. And then I did that. And your conscience, you are filling your conscience up with guilt because you are unbelieving. You say, oh no, preacher, I'm saved. I know I'm saved. You don't believe he really forgave you. I wonder, here's 2,000 years ago. He died for your sins. Everybody with me? You believe he died for your sins, right? Okay. So let's go up to 1970, when you were born. It's hard to believe anybody that's an adult could have been born in 1970. It's hard to believe anybody's still alive who was born in 1950. But anyway. So here, 1970 years later, you were born. 10, 15, 20 years passed. 1990, you accepted Christ somewhere in here. Did he die for your sins? Did he forgive your sins? So what sins did he die for? He's back here on the cross. He forgave those sins, right? Did he put up a fence? I forgive my sins. I'll forgive your sins up to this point. Did he draw a line in the sand? I'll forgive your sins as long as you don't do anything real bad. Did he specify, I'm back here on the cross, but I'm only dying. Look, I understand before you're saved you can be real bad, but after you're saved you can only be a little bad. Hey, how bad is bad sin? Revelation 21:8 says that the adulterer and the murderer and the liar all have the same hell. So back here 2,000 years ago when he died on that cross, you know what sins he died for? All of them. All of them. You're in prison for life for horrible, filthy, vile crimes, and someone comes in today to the jail, and one of our men or our ladies in our ladies' jail service preaches the gospel, and you get saved. You know what sins he forgave? All of your sins. Well, now that you're saved, and a deacon or a Sunday school teacher or a construction worker, or you're some man or lady attending church today, and you know you're saved, and you have got a conscience plagued by what you've done since you got saved. Pardon me for simplicity, but it's the same blood. It's the same Savior. And don't spit on the blood that he shed on that cross. Don't act as if because I've done this and you've done that, that somehow that blood's not good enough to cleanse you of your sin. Don't tell me what Christ did on the cross was not sufficient to pay your sin debt. Don't tell me the Father didn't beat him enough times and the Father didn't have his beard pulled out enough and he didn't get hit in the face enough. Don't tell me the nails didn't go through his skin deep enough to pay for your sin. That conscience problem is our problem. It's a belief problem. And today, if you're wrestling with this thing, before I go any further, if you're wrestling with a guilty, you know you're saved, but you're wrestling with this matter of guilt and shame, you need to make sure you've got it right with God, and I'll explain that in a moment. But I'll tell you what else you need to do. You need to confess your lack of faith. It's a sin. Romans 14:23 says, whatsoever is not of faith is sin. And if you're here today saying, I just so bad and I'm just feeling so guilty, flog. You're telling God, I really don't believe Jesus paid for these sins too. Let's go on. We've got a lot of ground to cover and no minutes left. If you look with me over to Hebrews chapter 10. Hebrews chapter 10, Titus was just a little before Hebrews. Titus, Philemon, Hebrews. Look at Hebrews chapter 10. By the way, in Hebrews chapter 9, we don't have time to go back. I'm just going to tell you this. In Hebrews 9, it says, you'll purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God. You know why? Last week, we handed out thousands of snow cones and hundreds of bags of groceries and turkeys and preached the gospel to 8,000 and more people. And you know what happened last week? He purged my conscience from dead works to serve the living God. Nobody last week handing out Janaea. Where's Janaea? Oh, she's in my wife's class. She's here last hour. I walked up to one of the meetings after I preached here. I went out and got to visit some of the meetings, and Janaea Miller's sitting there, and they have the snow cone stuff, and teenagers helping, and Janaea's squirting she's doing rainbow-colored snow cones, and snow cone syrup dripping all over. I mean, it's a big old mess. You know one thing Janaea wasn't doing? She wasn't sitting here thinking, I'm so guilty. I've been so bad. Tell you, one of the reasons we're guilty is he saved you to serve him. But what happens is sometimes we get saved, we build this little cute cocoon around and say, I'm not going to be bad. I'm not going to be bad. Well, that person's sure a jerk. I'm not going to be bad. You know what? You're bad doing nothing. So am I. I get critical of the guy with the freaky haircut and the chain dangling from his nose to his belly button. He's no bigger a sinner than I am, but he's a freak. Nothing wrong with him, just something wrong with him. There's nothing. Look, man, we're all sinners. But you know how judgmental we get? You don't have to do, you can do more wrong doing nothing than you will doing something. I'll tell you, the gal or the guy on the bus today, running kids home, picking them up, driving, running around, they don't have time to focus on them. You see, he purged our conscience from dead works to serve the living God. You're in Hebrews 10, though. That's back a chapter before, 9:14. Look at Hebrews chapter 10 and look down, if you would, at verse 22. Let us draw near. Let us draw near with a true heart. And look at this. In, what are those next two words? Full assurance. Full assurance. Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. So now this pure conscience, this evil conscience is washed away, and a pure conscience is ours with full assurance. God's desire is that you would have full assurance, absolute full assurance. Look back over to Titus chapter 2 again. Let's just go. I hate to have you to use your Bible over and over here. You might start figuring where the books are. Titus chapter, you're going to know Titus is before Hebrews, aren't you? Titus chapter 2, look at verse 14. Titus chapter 2, verse 14. Who gave himself for us that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify, I can't even say the word, purify unto himself a peculiar people zealous of good works. You know what Jesus did on that cross 2,000 years ago? He saved you to purify you unto good works. He didn't purify you so you could sit around church saying, I am better than everybody else. Because we're all going to laugh at you. We're all a bunch of old rotten sinners is what we are. Who gave himself for us that he might purify, that he might redeem us from all iniquity, and purify unto himself a peculiar people. And he did get a peculiar people. Look around the room. Zealous of good works. God doesn't want us sitting around. He wants us zealous, busy. Find somebody to help. Find something to do. One more verse. Look over just past the book of Hebrews to the book of 1 Peter. And then I might show you one more verse after that. But we do need to close. 1 Peter. Find 1 Peter chapter 1. And look down at verse 18. 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 18. For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things, as gold and silver, from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers, but, verse 19, but with the precious blood of Christ, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot. We were redeemed by the blood of Christ, and here we sit sometimes, our conscience are plaguing us with our past, and we forget back 2,000 years ago, he purified unto himself a people zealous of good works. We weren't redeemed with some good deed. Well, I'm better than you because I don't smoke. One of our guys yesterday, I was talking with one of our men. He said, I was a little kid, 3, 4, 5 years old. My dad would come home from work, and he'd dump out a pile of stuff. I didn't know what it was. He'd just sit there all night long, and he'd roll it up and smoke it and watch TV, and then he'd roll it up and say, he said, I didn't know until I was older. That was a lot of money he was smoking there. I'm not better because there's no pot in my house. I'm saved because of his blood. My conscience isn't clean because I don't do wrong. My conscience is clean because he cleansed it with his own blood. He washed it. 1 John 3:5 says, you know that he was manifested to take away our sins. Let me just close with this. Several thoughts. 3 quick thoughts. Number 1. Obviously, before number 1, you need to get saved. If you don't know you're saved, that's where it starts. But once you're saved, what are we going to do with our guilt? The things that come along. Number one, when you do wrong, confess it. Say, well, I'm not exactly. Confess it and shut up about it. The Bible says if we confess our sin, he's faithful and just to forgive us our sin and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Stop doubting God. Stop calling God a liar. If you messed up yesterday and you blew it somewhere and you messed something up and you have not yet said, God, that was so wrong and I'm so sorry. If you haven't done it yet, do it now. If you feel like you need to be in some holy mode of prayer, then come down to the altar in a minute and kneel at the altar and tell God, that was so wrong, I'm sorry, forgive me. Say, well, I still feel guilty. Then stay there and say, God, forgive me for calling you a liar. Because God said if you confess your sin, he's faithful and just to forgive you and to cleanse you from all unrighteousness. Number 1, make sure that what you've done wrong, you've just admitted it. Say, well, I'm not sure I really forsook it. Don't go there, okay? You know that verse where Peter said, how many times do I forgive my brother? Till 7 times? And she said, no. How about 70 times 7? What do you think he was talking about there? Yes, you and I need to forgive each other, but it's a divine thing going on there. How many times are you allowed to sin and go to God? Let's see. Let's go back 2,000 years. Let's get a good look at the blood. Let's get a good look at the shredded flesh. Let's get a good look at the nails. Let's get a good look at the pounded face, the beard that's been plucked out. How much more do you want to add to that? He forgave it all. You couldn't add a drop of blood to what Christ did on the cross. through whatever good works I could do, whatever kind deeds I could do, whatever remorse I could feel. What could I add to Calvary? There's nothing you can add to what Christ did. That's why he said, it is finished. He hung here and said, let me just mark this thing. You can all mark it down. It's done. It's done. It's finished. So number one, to get rid of your guilt, confess it. I think you ought to forsake it. Say, what if I'm going to do it again? Then don't be so stupid as to tell God you'll never do it again. I quit telling God I'm never doing it again. Does that mean you're planning on doing it again? No, I just know what a loser I am. We're at church. I can be honest, can't I? Since I'm in the pulpit, do I have to pretend I'm somebody I'm not? And by the way, if you're sitting there so pious you think you've never done it again, we'll have an altar call for you in a minute. Number two, what others have done wrong to you. And this is a hard one. Because there's been an awful lot of wrong done to people. People that I love. But if you could look unto Jesus, Hebrews 12 tells us, the author and finisher of our faith. And somebody's hurt you. Somebody's wronged you as a child or as an adult. Somehow you got to get your eyes over there. And you've got to be willing to say, God, I don't know why this happened to me, but I'm done feeling guilty about it. And I want you glorified through it. The Apostle Paul murdered Christians. But you know what he did? He took his own testimony. And he was not going to live his life in guilt. He stood before kings and princes and governors, and he preached, and he gave his testimony. I was a blasphemer. I was a murderer. But let me tell you what Jesus did for me. Somehow, that wrong, that hurt that you felt, and that wrong that you've endured, you're going to have to turn from the person or the situation and turn to Calvary and say, Jesus, you've been through a lot of wrong, and people have hurt you a lot, and I'm going to, like you suffered so others could be saved, I want to take my hurt and I want to help other people with it. Some of you hurt in ways I've never hurt, and you can help people in ways I could not help them because you've hurt. You've been in the military. You know things I could never know to help another man in the military or lady. And you've gone through childbirth, and all I can say is thank God I cannot relate. I walk into the room, gals in labor. It'll be cool, lady. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. My daughter, she's due any day. She was in the hospital a week or so ago with early labor. And I said, better talk to your mom. I'm going to say something stupid here. Number one, when you've done wrong, confess it. And as best as you can, forsake it. Number two, when others have done wrong to you, you've got to bring God into it. You've got to bring God into it. Number three, and I'm done. When you're reminded of your past, you've got to remind God that it's all forgiven. You need some scripture in your head. I love those verses, as far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgression from us. I like that. I love that verse, their sins and iniquities will I remember no more. I've quoted that verse I don't know how many times. Because God, see, if I'm thinking about my past sin, you know who's reminding me of it? Not God. God forgot it. How could God remind me of what he's forgotten? You know who's reminding me? The devil. So I might sing a song. Gone, 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 gone. Yes, my sins are gone. Now my soul is free and in my heart's a song. You don't have to sing very good. The devil will leave. He's a loser that has nothing to hang on to. He wants you to think he's got something on you. And the blood of Christ. What a wonderful thing. Let's pray. Father, help us today. There's not enough time in the day to explain the depth and the glory of that wonderful payment of Christ's blood. But I pray this morning that somehow you'd help us to grab this truth and get it in our hearts that we can be saved. And Lord, that there'd be a way that we could determine in our hearts that we're going to trust you and not call you a liar, that you did save us, forgive us, and will continue to do it. Bless, we pray, Father, in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's stand together for a moment with our heads bowed. Just take